This podcast is sponsored by Pooks.ai. Dive into a revolutionary reading experience with personalized ebooks and audiobooks, tailored just for you. Discover your next favorite book at Pooks.ai for free. That's Pooks.ai.
How startups can master knowledge management for growth. Learn why knowledge management matters for startups and how tools like Pooks.ai help capture, organize, and share team knowledge effortlessly. Why knowledge management is a game changer for startups. Hey, have you ever thought about how chaotic things can get when a startup tries to grow fast? I mean, everyone's hustling, ideas are flying everywhere, and there's a ton of knowledge bouncing around. But if it's not organized, a lot of important stuff gets lost. That's where knowledge management comes in, and honestly, it's a total lifesaver. Let me tell you why. Combine methods, use AI along with traditional media like books, podcasts, and immersion experiences to reinforce your skills. Knowledge management is simply the process of collecting, organizing, sharing, and analyzing all the knowledge your team generates. For startups, it doesn't have to be boring or overwhelming. In fact, when done right, it speeds up onboarding, improves decision-making, and boosts innovation. Here's the thing. Startups are always learning, adapting, and shifting gears quickly. That's why personal learning environments can be super helpful. These are setups where individual team members can manage their own learning, whether it's documenting what they've found helpful or experimenting with new ways to solve problems, and then share those insights with the group. It's like personal learning and team knowledge combined in a neat way. And with AI in education and the workplace becoming more mainstream, startups can now personalize learning experiences for their employees. Kind of like AI personalized learning you hear about in schools, but for the startup environment. This means employees get the right information at the right time without being overwhelmed by data overload. Why startups need knowledge management. Speed is life for startups. Quick, informed decisions hinge on having the right knowledge at your fingertips. If you want to enhance your experience and improve your language retention, consider using platforms that employ these scientific principles and AI-powered tools. Your path to fluency could be much smoother than you think. Fostering a learning culture, encouraging everyone to document lessons learned and share best practices. One of the biggest challenges I see is how startups deal with the constant chaos of information. You know, someone sends a Slack message with a great idea, but then nobody ever formalizes that into a project or documentation. Weeks later, the idea is forgotten, or someone else has to reinvent the wheel. Using centralized knowledge hubs or platforms, startups can keep everything in one place. This doesn't mean building big, complicated software right away. Even simple tools, wikis, shared documents, or note apps help create a brain for the company. And here's a cool tip. What if you could turn all that scattered knowledge and your favorite resources into a personalized book? That's where Pooks.ai comes in. Pooks.ai lets you take your notes, articles, and various learnings, then compiles them into a neat, organized book you can keep updating as you learn more. It's perfect for startups wanting to capture knowledge quickly without extra headaches. Plus, it makes sharing that knowledge super easy. Just hand someone your personalized book, and they're up to speed. So, think of knowledge management as an insurance policy. At first, it might feel like an extra task you don't need when you're wearing 10 hats, but it saves huge amounts of time and stress down the road. It keeps your startup from reinventing the wheel, helps new hires find their footing faster, and creates a culture where learning is part of daily work. And speaking of personal learning, giving your team tools to manage their own growth makes education feel less like a chore and more like an exciting journey. That's where combining personalized education approaches with AI can be a powerful combo, helping each team member learn what they need and share what they discover. All right, to wrap this up, whether you're a founder, a team lead, or even just one of those busy startup folks trying to keep chaos low, investing time in organizing knowledge is a smart move. Don't let all those golden ideas disappear into the ether. Use tools, build systems, and invite everyone to contribute. If you want a simple way to start capturing your team's collective wisdom and create a personal learning environment within your startup, definitely check out Pooks.ai. You can create your personalized book now for free. It's a fantastic way to see all your knowledge come together in an easy to digest format. Thanks for listening to me rant about something that's honestly a bit nerdy, but super important. Catch you next time with more tips on making learning and growth easier, even in the craziest startup jams.